right, here we are. I'm going to show you that one more time, getting down onto the floor. One knee at a time. And then when we're down here, we're going to back up. I've got my towel under my knees here to cushion me. All right, so when we're in quadruped on all fours, we want those hands right here, right under your shoulders, and your knees right under your hips. You don't want your knees together, you want them apart, so they're right about the hip distance apart. The first exercise we're going to do is that power up. We did it in sitting and we did it in standing. It's that anti-gravity posture motion, getting yourself upright. So with your hands right here under your shoulders, we're going to bend your elbows so your face comes towards the floor, nice and controlled. It's like winding up a spring, because now you're going to push off and you're going to come right up into that power up position. Looking towards the upper third of the wall, hands energized, arms apart, squeezing those shoulder blades together so your chest naturally sticks out. You can feel a stretch in the front of your hips, and you're using all these muscles to hold you upright against gravity. And when we come back down, you're going to bring your hands down towards the floor. Control that descent. Don't fall onto them. Nice and soft landing. Bend those elbows. And let's come on up. Take a deep breath in as you push off the floor and power it up. Again, this is back as far as you can. You're not leaning back, you're leaning up. Your arms are back and you're looking slightly upward, not quite to the ceiling. And come back down, hands on the floor, nice soft landing. Push yourself off and power it up. Nice deep breath in. And blow it out as we come down. One more time in this preparatory, preparing mode, getting you through that motion, nice and tall, and back down. We're going to activate now. We're going to increase the speed of these movements for 10 repetitions. So when we come up, you're going to yell out the numbers, okay? We're going to come down towards the floor, push up, and 1, and down. Keep it in control. 2, and down. Power it up. Push up with those arms. 3. We're strengthening your arms here. Push-ups. 4, and down. Push up off the floor. 5, and bring it down controlled. 6, and bring it down. Keep those fingers spread apart. 7, activate those hands. 8, and down. 2 more. 9, and down. So yell out those numbers. I want them nice and loud. 10, and down. Great job. Now the next one is our rock. And the rocking is that weight shifting motion. Weight shifting, we're going to be shifting our weight back and forth. We're also going to be stretching out the front of our hips and our lower back. So you're going to put your hands out a little bit further. Make sure that chair is far enough away so you don't hit your head on it. So your hands are going to be a little farther out now. So see how they're in front of my shoulders? Your hips are going to sink back. Hips sink back towards your heels. You'll get a nice stretch through your shoulders, through your back, through your hips. Go back as far as you feel comfortable. If you have any pain, you're going to stop right there. And then we're going to come forward, nice and easy. This is our preparing mode. We're going through the motion. We're learning it. We're going to let your hips come down, controlled, and let them drop as far as you can towards the mat. You'll feel a stretch in your low back, and you'll feel a stretch in the front of your hips. But go as far as you're comfortable going. And then we're going to bring those hips back towards your heels again. If you're used to doing yoga, this is your child's pose. And this, I guess, would be your up dog. And down. Hips down towards the floor. Nice stretch through that low back. Again, go as far as you're able to. If you can only get to here, that's great, as long as you're controlling it. You feel in control, you're going through it. Stretching is okay, but no pain. I don't want to hear any pain. All the way up and down. Last one for our nice slow motion. Then we're going to do it in double time. We're going to activate it, okay? So we're going to bring those hips back towards your heels, and then we're going to come forward, rock it forward. So we're going to take a deep breath in, and then when we come forward, we're going to blow it out. 1, and bring it back in, and forward for 2, and back. Keep those fingers flat on the ground. Here comes Swabi to help me out here, and blow it out. And we're going to bring it down. That's one of the challenges, right? You're staying in the house, the dogs are like, what are you doing here? And bring it back for 5, and we're going to come forward. Kind of gives you a little extra motivation, a little bit of entertainment here. We'll do 2 more. So bring your hips back to your heels, and we're going to come forward. Yep, we can do this. You can show us, and 1 more time back and forward, and bring it up. Nice. All right, the next move we're going to do is the twist. Remember, that's the trunk rotation motion. So important for the flexibility and working on reducing rigidity and stiffness and tightness. Again, we're going to bring your hands back right under your shoulders here, knees right under your hips. And we're going to take that I'm going to take the left arm first so that I can talk to you because I don't want to turn away from you. You're going to take that left arm and you're going to slide the back of your hand right under along the floor, bending your elbow as you come down on that right hand. Your shoulder is going to get right close to the floor there. And then you're going to push up with your right arm, and you're going to bring that left hand all the way up to the ceiling. Energize that hand. Follow your hand with your eyes. Stretch up to the ceiling. Elongate that arm. And then we're going to come down. Swoop. Slide that arm underneath. Bring that shoulder down towards the floor. And we're going to bring you back up. Straight up to the ceiling. Energize. Let's blow your breath out as we come down. And as you come up, take a deep breath. And down. Okay, let's try it with the other arm. Take your right arm. We're going to slide the back of your hand under towards that back wall. Bring your shoulder right down towards the floor, as low as you can get it. And we're going to bring it up and twist it up to the ceiling, following your fingers with your gaze. Energize that hand and come back down. Breathe it out as you come down. And as you come up, you can take a deep breath in and down again. Reaching over, and 1 more time up. And bring it to the floor. That's really helpful when you're trying to get the dog toys underneath the couch. Okay. So we're going to alternate. It's a little bit tough. It's a little bit of a cognitive dual tasking here. So we're going to alternate right and left. So let's start with the right arm and our activate sequence. So we're going to go a little faster. Lots of energy. Let's get this to be a moderate intensity workout here. So we're going to take that right hand, slide it under. And we're going to bring it all the way up nice and tall. Back to the mat, left arm under, and bring it up and down. We're going to count. This will be 3. So we're going to slide that right arm through, bring it up and twist. 3, and down. Left all the way through, and twist it up. 4. Right arm, slide it through, thread that needle, bring it up. 5. Left arm, thread that needle through and bring it up. 6. Right hand, thread it through. Twist it up to the ceiling, all the way up. 7. Left arm as far underneath that couch that you can reach, all the way under. And then bring it up to the ceiling. Make sure you go through that full motion every time. 8. Right arm through. Twist it up. 9, and left, thread it through, and up for 10. All right, that's a tricky one. Now we have the step. So we did the power up, and then we did the rock, we did the twist, and now we're going to do that transitional motion or the step, okay? So what I'm going to have you do is either slide the chair towards you or get closer to the chair. I'm going to slide my chair in so you can see it in the camera. And I want you to come closer to the chair. Actually, we're not going to use the chair yet. I'm sorry. We're going to keep that out there. So we're going to do that next as a modification. So what we're going to do is keep your hands under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. So this is the harder one. I'm going to show it to you first. If you have difficulty with it, I'm going to show it to you with the chair, okay? So we're going to load up that spring, bringing your hips back towards your knees. And as we come forward in one fluid motion, we're going to bring your right foot and put it right here beside your right hand, or as close to it as you can. So as I come forward, I'm bringing that right foot up. So see how I had to weight shift to my left? I had to lean to my left to get that right foot over here. And I'm going to lean over and bring it back to here. Bring the knee back down by the left one. I'm going to load that spring again. And as I come forward, I'm going to shift my weight onto my right knee and bring my left foot up. You can see where this is going. This is going to help you stand up from the floor, right? So let's bring that knee back down. Let's do 2 more here. And then I'm going to show you the modification with the chair, and then we'll activate it, okay? So we're going to bring your hips back to your heels, and we're going to come forward, bring that foot forward. Now, wherever it lands, keep it there. Don't try to wiggle your foot up, okay? Because you risk pulling something or stretching something too far. So wherever it lands, and bring your knee back down. You're going to load that spring, hips towards your heels. Come forward and bring that left foot towards your left hand, and then back down. Let me show you the modification. If that was too much for you, if you couldn't get your weight off there and get your foot all the way up, this will make it a little bit easier for you. So we're going to use the chair here. So you don't want to be too close to the chair. You want your hands out a little bit farther here. We're going to come down on your hips here with your hands on the chair. We're going to come up and we're going to bring your knee up this way. So your foot up towards the chair, your right foot flat on the floor. And then we're going to bring it down. We're going to bring your hips back towards your heels, and when you come forward, you're going to bring that left foot forward. Okay, so each time though you have to weight shift onto that other hip or on that other knee and bring your foot forward. And then bring it down. Stretching here and coming back up. All right, so if you want to do it with the chair, feel free to do that. I'm going to adjust my towel here. My knees are hurting. I'm going to push that out of the way. So we're going to activate now. We're activating the dog too, I guess. Okay. So either with your hands on the chair, hands on the floor, we're going to do 10, and we're going to count when you bring your foot up towards your hand, okay? So hands flat on the floor or on the chair. Load up that spring, bringing your hips back to your heels, and come forward for 1. And then back to the heels. Left, 2. Load up that spring. 3. 4. Count with me loud. Make all your neighbors think something's going on. 5. Load up the spring, come forward. 6. Back. 7. Back. 8. Bring those hips back. Right foot forward. 9. Hip back. And 10. And back. So you see, this is one of the most challenging position to do these power moves in, but it's so good for you. So now we're going to go into that flow. So from the sitting and the standing exercises, you saw that we added them all together and we did a flow, one to the other. We're going to do that now. So we're going to start with the power up. I'm going to do one flow slow, with it in the prepare mode to get through it, and then we're going to do 5 flows in the activate mode, or a little faster, okay? A little more energy. So hands under your shoulders. We're going to do that power up. So you're going to come down like into the push-up position. You're going to push up and power it up. And then we're going to come back down to the mat. The next thing we're going to do is that rock. So you're going to bring your hands a little forward. You're going to rock back. And then you're going to rock forward and drop those hips. And bring them back up. Bring your hands back to under your shoulders. Take that right hand, thread the needle through as far as you can, shoulder to the floor, and twist it up. Hand energized up to the ceiling, and down. That left hand, going to thread the needle through, shoulder right down to the floor. Push up with that right hand, left hand up to the ceiling, and down. And then we're going to load that spring, and we're going to bring that right foot up, and load that spring, and the left foot up. Good. And if you want to use the chair, then bring the chair a little closer. Just be careful you don't hit your head on it during the rock. Okay, so let's start here. We're going to power up. So let's lower your head down, push up with those arms and power it up. And then back down. Bring your hands a little forward. We're going to drop those hips and come back. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Right hand threads the needle. You're going to twist it up and down. Left hand threads the needle. Twist it up and down. Then we're going to rock back and hit and power up that spring. Come forward, bring your right foot up and back. Bring that left foot up and back. And we're going to start it all over. We're going to power it up. Lower your face to the floor. Push up and power it up. Come back down. Hands a little bit forward of your shoulders. Let those hips drop in as you rock forward and rock back. Bring your hands back under your shoulders. Right hand thread the needle. Twist it up. Back to the floor. Left hand thread that needle. Twist it up, back to the floor. Power up that spring. Bring that right foot up to your hand and back. Power it up again. And your left hand and back. Let's bring your face down to the floor. Push up and power up and down. Hands a little forward. We're going to drop those hips in a rock and bring them back. Hands under your shoulders. Take that right hand and thread it through. Activate those fingers up to the ceiling all the way. Gaze following your hand, the other hand, and bring it up to the ceiling and down. And then we're going to load up that spring and come forward with the right foot and back, left foot and back. 2 more flows here. Bring your head down. Push off and power it up. Come back to all fours. Bring your hands forward. We're going to drop those hips down and bring it back. We're going to bring your hands under your shoulders. Right hand threads the needle all the way up. Left hand under. Bring that one all the way up, twisting. And then we're going to load that spring, bring that right foot forward and back, and the left foot forward and back. Nice job. That's a good workout. So I'm going to have you walk towards the chair. If you need it, put your hands on the chair. We're going to power it back. And as you come forward, bring one foot forward. And then you're going to push up with your hands and push up with that leg. You might have to put a hand on your leg. Come on up. Nice big breath in. And blow it out. So that's the power moves and quadruped on the floor. I hope you gave it a chance. But if you didn't feel comfortable, I'm going to be doing another one with the same moves. but we'll be using the chair the whole time. So for the power up, we'll use the chair. For the twist, okay? So we'll still be kneeling, but we won't be all the way on the floor. And then the other one will be in standing. So if you didn't feel comfortable doing that one on the floor, you'll have an opportunity to get the benefit from all of those moves, but in a different position that's a little bit less challenging. We'll work up to this one. So what I suggest is you try and put all 3 videos together. That'll give you about an hour's workout. That's what the recommendation is from all of the research done on Parkinson's and exercise. An hour a day. It's a lot of work, but it's going to make a big difference in your life. Keep moving, keep those dopamine circuits going, create some more dopamine in your brain. So I will see you next time. I hope you're enjoying the series. And be safe and wash your hands.